is added in Java from 1.5, and generics means parameterized types. See, whenever I say type means class, type is a singular. The plural of type is types, which is types means classes. So, okay, generics means parameterized type. So in generics, what we do, we pass a class which is called type as parameter to other class or interface and method. Is this clear? And that class or interface and method work with that type. Type means class. So in generic, we pass classes as or not. Generic symbol is angular bracket, less than, greater than symbol. In between angular bracket, we specify the type. Type means class, which we pass as parameter, right or not? In place of, instead of using class name directly as a type, we should use type parameters. What we should use? Type parameters are letters which will act as placeholders, like T represent type, K represent key, V represent value, E represent element, right or not? Those things we have discussed. And I told you the advantages of generics. Arrays are type safe. In arrays, if we store different types of elements, compiler will check and give error at compile time, not at runtime, right or not? And when we access the element from array, we no need to perform typecasting. But collections are not type safe. Why? Collections allow different types of elements or not? If we store different types of element, compiler will check and give error at compile time? No. And when we access the elements from collection, we need to perform typecasting. So typecasting problem is there. So all these problems we can resolve by using generic. What is the syntax of generic? We can make a class as generic. We can make an interface as generic. We can make a method as generic. So this is okay. So I'm using generics for class. Here I'm using generic for interface. Here I'm using generic for method. And I told you what are type parameters, right? Then we have discussed what is non-generic class. After that, how to make that non-generic class as generic class. Then we have discussed non-generic interface. Then we have seen how to make that non-generic interface as generic interface. Then we have seen non-generic method. Then we have seen how to make a non-generic method as generic method, correct? And after that, I told you up to JDK 1.4, all the collection classes were non-generic classes. But from JDK 1.5 onwards, Sun Microsystem has rewritten all the collection classes using generics, which means from JDK 1.5 onwards, all the collection classes are generic classes. Following up. So that's why we have seen how to use generic with array list, how to use generic with vector, how to use generic with cursors, iterator, enumeration, right or not? And then we have discussed what is linked list. First, we have discussed linked list data structure. Okay, single linked list, double linked list, right? And what operations we perform. And I told you in C++, we need to write the code or logic to create linked list. We need to write the code or logic to perform the operations on linked list, correct or not? But in Java, we no need to do that. Sun Microsystem already has done this, and they just given a class with ready-made methods called linked list. We need to just create object to linked list class and call the methods. Internally, double linked list will be created. Are you following or not? Is this clear? Then after that, we have discussed about stack data structure. Stack, top, initially -1, push, pop, peak, leave for last in, first out, right or not? And the errors in stack overflow, stack underflow. So in C++, if you want to create and perform operations on stack, we need to write the logic or code to create stack, to manage top, to perform push, peek, pop operation, to manage errors. But in Java, not required. Already Sun Microsystem has done this. And they simply created a class called stack with ready-made method. 5 methods are there. Create object to that class, call the methods. I think already we have seen this, right or not? So already we have completed linked list and stack. With linked list and stack, we have completed list collection. Which collection? List. Today we are going to start set collection. I will complete set today itself, and after set, I will start map. But tomorrow I'm going to close map, and tomorrow itself we will start advanced Java. Okay, is this clear? I'll close collections in the next class. Okay, so now tell me, array list, vector, linked list, and stack. These are implementation classes of list interface, and list is a sub interface of. So tell me, List is a class or interface? Interface. Can we create object to list? List interface? No. But can we create reference variable to list interface? And using list interface reference variable, can we hold its implementation class object? Yes, another implementation class, right or not? Yes, we can. A list object. Now tell me, list is a sub interface of. So using to collection interface, can I create object? No. But can we create reference variable? And can we hold array list object, vector object? Yes. Is this clear, everyone? So all these are valid only. Is this clear? Now with this, I'm closing which collection? List collection. This collection is completed. This part. Completed, not completed. Now let's talk about the second one. What is the second one? Set. So now we need to discuss set collection. Shall we? In set, three classes are there. Has set, link has set, tree set. These are interfaces. Is this clear? Yeah. So now tell me when we should go for set, sorry, when we should go for list. If we want to represent a group of individual objects as a single entity where duplicates are allowed and insertion order is preserved, then we should go for list. So set is an opposite of list. Set is opposite of list. So tell me when we should go for set, set collection or set. If we want to represent a group of individual objects as a single entity where duplicates are not allowed and insertion order is not preserved, then we should go for set. Is this clear? It is an opposite of list. So in set, insertion order is not preserved, duplicates are not allowed. So if you want to represent a group of individual objects as a single entity where duplicates are not allowed and insertion order is not preserved, then we should go for set. So first point, in set, so set is a class or interface? Interface. It is having some implementation classes like has set is an implementation class of set. Again, has set is having one subclass called link has set. Now set interface is having one sub interface called sorted set. Sorted set is having sub interface called navigable set. Navigable set interface is having one implementation class called tree set. So tell me, let's talk about has set. Shall we? Now before has set, tell me, set is a sub interface of collection interface. So all the methods of collection interface are available in set interface. Plus set interface will have its own methods also now. So say this. Now I am in set interface. See, set is a extending collection. So set is a sub interface of collection interface. See this. This method is their add method, add all method, clear, contains, equals method is empty, iterator, remove, size, to array. These are the methods are available. Correct on. So let's start. So let's talk about has set. So what is has set? Has set is an implementation class of set interface. So when we should go for has set, if you want to store a group of individual objects as a single entity where duplicates are not allowed and insertion order is not preserved, then we should go for has set. So tell me the first point. In has set, duplicates are allowed or duplicates are not allowed? Duplicates are not. In has set, insertion order is preserved or not preserved? You tell me, every in collection, we store group of other individual objects or not, which are called elements or not. So a collections is an object. A collection object store other objects physically, or a collection object stores the reference numbers of other object. Reference numbers of other object. Reference numbers are also called as hash codes. Are you following? So for every object, JVM creates a unique hash code or not? So hash code is a serial number, na? No, it is a randomly generated number. Which number? So in has set, insertion order is not preserved. Do you know why? Because in has set, the objects which are called elements are stored according to their hash code or based on their hash codes. Hash codes means reference number. So insertion order is not preserved because objects are stored based on their hash codes. Based on their hash codes. Are you following or not? So tell me, in has set, both homogeneous and heterogeneous objects are allowed or both homogeneous, heterogeneous objects are not allowed? So both homogeneous, heterogeneous objects are allowed. Tell me, null insertion is allowed, null insertion is not allowed. Allowed. How many times? Only once. Because duplicates are not allowed. Is this clear? Everyone? Okay. So if you understood this, let's see how to create object of has set. Shall we? So to create object of has set, we have to use constructors now. So let's see in API document, what are the constructors are there in has set. Ask me. Everyone attended last class now. Huh? Let's try. So say this, one of the implementation class of set interface is, what is that? Has set. So has set is a class available in java.util package. Now has set is has set is extending, has set is implementing. So it is an implementation class of set interface. Scroll down. See, we have constructor. See the constructor. We have a zero parameterized constructor or not? Now, if we use this constructor to create has set object, what happened? What happened? One empty has set object will be created with initial capacity 16 and default load factor 0.75 and load factor 0.75. Is this clear, everyone? So an empty has set object will be created with the initial capacity 16 and default load factor 0.75. Is this clear? Tell me how to create has set object. Has set HS is equal to new has set. So the above statement creates empty has set object, with initial capacity 16 and load factor 0.75 and load factor 0.75. This statement creates empty hash set object with initial capacity 16 and load factor 0.75. So what is this load factor? Very simple. What is the initial capacity of a hash set? So hash set is a collection, set collection. Collections are growable in nature. Their size will grow dynamically at runtime or not. So when the size of hash set will grow at a runtime, what is the initial capacity of hash set? 16. So generally, when the size of hash set will grow at a runtime, after crossing initial capacity, means after storing 16 objects in hash set, 16 objects which are called elements in hash set, then the hash set size will grow or not. But it is not like this in hash set. Generally, this is what happens, right or not? But in hash set, it is not like this. In hash set, we have load factor. So what is the default load factor? 0.75. So 0.75 indicate is nothing but 75% of initial capacity. 75% of. So what is the 75% of 16? 75% of 16 is how much? 2000, right or not? 2000. Useless people. This much time you need. This much time you need to tell me 75% of 60. You need this much time. So what is the 75% of initial capacity? 16. 12. So after storing 12 objects, or elements in hash set, the hash set size will grow. Not after crossing initial capacity. Are you following or not? This is called load factor. So load factor is nothing but a point. Load factor is a point in hash set, after crossing which a new hash set object will be created with a double capacity is called as load factor. Load factor is a point in hash set. After crossing load factor point, a new hash set object is created with a double capacity. So load factor is a point in hash set After crossing load factor point, a new hash set object is created with a double capacity. Are you following or not? Generally, the size of a collection will will grow after crossing initial capacity. But in case of hash set, it is not like that. In case of hash set, we have load factor. The default load factor of hash set is 0.75, which is 75% of initial capacity is 60. Means after storing 12 elements in hash set, a new hash set object will be created with a double capacity. So such load factor, are you following or not? Or after crossing the load factor point, instead of saying new hash set, the size, the capacity of hash set will after crossing the load factor point, the capacity of hash cell will be double, right or not? Will be double. Is this clear? So load factor must be between 0 and load factor value must be between 0 and 1. So tell me 0.75, is it in between 0 and 1? It is not in between 0 and 1. It is in between 0 and 1. Are you following or not? Understanding everyone? Yeah. Understood what is load factor? Load factor is a point in hash set. After crossing load factor point, the capacity of hash set will will become double. Will become double. Are you following or not? So that is called load factor. Remember that point, shall we? So let's start working with hash set. So see here, let's create a new project. File, new, which one? Java project. Now project name I'm taking as set examples. Next, finish. Project is ready. Select SRC. Right click. New package. com.setExample.test. Select the package. Right click. New class. I'm taking class name as set example. Main method. Finish. Now the class is ready. Let's create object of hash set. We'll complete hash set. We'll start map today. Okay, see it. So hash set without generics, let's try first. HS is equal to new hash set. So one empty hash set object will be created with initial capacity 60. Now I'm displaying hash set. See, nothing is there in hash set. Now how to add the objects in hash set? HS dot add. I'm adding some objects, say some Hyderabad. Tell me, heterogeneous, both homogeneous, heterogeneous objects are allowed or not allowed? See, I'm storing both homogeneous and heterogeneous objects. Allowed or not? And see, insertion order preserved or not preserved? Preserved. Save. So preserved, right? See, preserved. Insertion order is not preserved. Not really. Duplicates are allowed, duplicates are not allowed. If you add duplicate, what happens? Error will not come. This value will replace old value. Are you following up? 6. Duplicates are not allowed. Insertion order is not preserved. Both homogeneous, heterogeneous objects are allowed. Null is also how many times? Because duplicates are not allowed. That's what. All these points are clear, everyone. So if all these points are clear, let's use generic, shall we? Shall we use generics? So after has said, use generic symbol. And in between generic symbol, specify the type. So which type of objects you want has said to store? Which type of objects? String. So string I'm specifying. Now tell me, my hash set will store only which class objects now? If we store any other objects, what happen? Compiler will allow, right or not? Compiler will give error. See, I'm storing Boolean integer error. Line number 11, line number 2. Line number 14, 15 also error. So we can store only which class object? Only string class objects we can store. Okay. Is this clear? So some objects I have added. Is this clear? What happened? Huh? So some objects I have added or not? You can see insertion order is not preserved. Is this clear? Okay. Only string class objects we can add. Other objects we cannot. All these are string literals. Every string literal is an object of string class. So tell me, next method, shall we? Now we have a method called size to find how many elements are there. How many are there? 5 are there. 5. Hyderabad is duplicated. Mumbai I will. Now see, 6 are there. Is this clear? Okay, next. We have a method called contains. Which is dot contains. So tell me, I want to check Chennai is there or not. There? Yes, so it returns true. Return type is Boolean. Parameter is object type, object class reference variable. Now we have a method called which one? To check my hash set is empty or not. Yes, there's a method. HS dot is empty. Is it empty? No. So it returns false. Now next, apart from this, we have a lot of other methods also, right? Size method, contains method, is empty method. Okay. We have some other methods also, like add. We have seen clear method. It will remove all the objects from hash set. Okay. Iterator, remove method we have to remove objects. So I'm removing. Tell me, HS dot remove. I'm removing Mumbai. So after removing, I'm displaying hash set. Now see, Mumbai is removed. Is this clear? Now, return type of remove method is Boolean. So it returns true if the object is removed. If it is not removed, it returns false. Size method we have. Okay. Now we have a method called iterator or not. Iterator is a universal cursor. So let's try. Iterator cursor. Tell me, iterator. Generic type is what? Integer. Integer string. String. ITR is equal to HS dot iterate. Now while ITR dot has next string str is equal to ITR dot next display str. So as we are using generics, no need to perform typecasting. So you can see we got all the things. Is this clear, baby? So these are the methods which are available in hash set. We have a method clear method. We have a method right on. So like this methods are there in hash set, which we can use it. Understood everyone? So with this, what we have completed? Hash set. After completing hash set, what are the next? Link hash set. So tell me, link hash set is a subclass of hash set or not? And it is same as hash set except few differences. Link hash set is a subclass of hash set and it is same as hash set except few differences. So linked hash set is a subclass of hash set. Is a subclass of hash set and it is same as hash set except few differences. So let's see what are those differences, shall we? So see here, first we have hash set, second we have linked hash set. First we have hash set, second we have linked hash set, shall we? So now listen, see the differences now. Tell me in has set insertion order is preserved or not preserved? But in link has set insertion order is preserved. First difference. Second difference. All these are collection classes or not? Has set, link has set, are released. So tell me every collection is implemented or built by using some data structure or not? So has set is implemented or built by using has table data structure. Whereas link has set is implemented or built by using the combination of has table and linked list data structure. So has set is implemented or built by using has table data structure, whereas link has set is implemented or built using the combination of has table and linked list data structures. Are you following or not? Third difference, has set is available from JDK 1.2 version onwards, whereas link has set is available from 1.4 version onwards. Has set is available from JDK or Java 1.2 version onwards, whereas link has set is available from JDK 1.4 version on. So except these three differences, both has set and link has set are same. Is this clear? Yeah. Except these three differences, has set and link has set, both are same. People are following or not? So shall we start working? So same example we can take. Which one? Previous example. Because link has set is same as set. Only these three differences are there. So I'm taking same example, previous example. Copy this, paste the same example, and I'll change the class name from has set to link has set example, and in the program also I'll replace has set class name with linked has set class name. Is this clear? An object name I will take LHS, means link has set. Let's start, shall we? Everyone. So see, one of the major visible difference will be insertion order will be preserved. So see, Chennai, Vijayawada, Hyderabad, Warangal, Bangalore, Mumbai. I've added in this order. I'm displaying. Let's see in the same order they will be stored or not. Let's run. See, added Chennai first or not. Second, Vijayawada, correct. Next, Hyderabad, then Warangal, then Bangalore at the last. No. So in the same order they are available or not. So insertion order is preserved in link has set, but in has set not preserved. Another difference is you know already, correct or not? And remaining all methods and everything are same. So everyone understood this. So with this, what we have completed, link has set. Now let's see the last implementation class of set. Which one? But reset is a implementation class of navigable set, which is the subinterface of set, sorted set. Sorted set is a subinterface of set. Set is a subinterface of collection. So let's talk about tree set. These are interfaces. We cannot create object to them. We can create only reference variable. So the implementation class is tree set. Are you following or not? See the diagram also. Tree set is an implementation class of navigable set interface, which is a subinterface of sorted set interface, which is a subinterface of set interface, which is a subinterface of. So in tree set, you will find all the methods of collection, set, sorted set, and navigable set. Are you following or not? So now tell me, do you know has set? You don't know has set. So tree set is same as has set. One of the major difference is, are you following? In tree set, sorting will be done. What will be done? Sorting. The objects which we store in tree set will be sorted in ascending order. Except this difference, has reset and has set both are same. So see here. So if you want to store a group of individual objects as a single entity where duplicates are not allowed and insertion order is not preserved, right or not? And objects are stored according to sorting order. according to sorting order, then go for tree set. So if you want to store a group of individual objects as a single entity where duplicates are allowed, insertion order is not preserved, and objects are stored according to sorting order, then go for tree set. And objects are stored according to sorting order, then go for tree set. If you want to store a group of individual objects as a single entity where duplicates are not allowed, insertion order is not preserved, and objects are stored according to sorting order, then go for tree set. And objects are stored according to sorting order, then go for tree set. Is this clear, everyone? So sorting will be there. So first point, duplicates are allowed or not allowed? Insertion order is preserved or not preserved? Why? Because sorting will be done based, right or not? Because objects are stored according to sorting order. Are you following or not? So duplicates are allowed in a tree set. Is this clear? Insertion order is preserved or not preserved? Insertion order is not preserved. Why insertion order is not preserved? Because objects are stored in sorting according to sorting order, according to some sorting order. Are you following? That's why insertion order is not preserved. Tell me, both homogeneous, heterogeneous objects are allowed or not allowed? Huh? Allowed. Okay, if it is allowed, I'll ask you one question. You have to answer me. Okay, if you can answer that question, let's see. Okay, very good. Okay, listen. Suppose we have hello, we have 10, we have true, we have 2.5. Okay, fine. Tell me, these are homogeneous objects, heterogeneous objects? Heterogeneous objects, right or not? One is string, one is integer, one is boolean, one is double. Wrapper class objects, and one is string. Sort them. Sort them. In ascending order, sort. I think 2.5 first, then 10, then oh, true contains 4 letters, so true, then hell. You tell me to compare, to sort objects, we need to compare objects, we no need to compare. Without comparing, we can sort, right or not? So to sort objects, we need to compare now. So can we compare heterogeneous objects? We cannot compare. Can we compare an integer with string? Na? Yes, sir. According to you, yes, sir. Just now you told. Both homogeneous, heterogeneous objects are allowed. Tree set will sort the objects now. So internally, tree set uses one method for sorting. Sir, which method? Compare to method. Internally, tree set uses compare to method for sorting objects. Are you following? So what tree set will do when we add first two objects? Now what tree set will do? It will use compare to method to compare first object with second object. But first object is which type? Second object is which type? Integer type. So compare to method will throw exception. Which exception? Class cast exception. Why? Compare to method cannot compare two different types of objects. It will throw exception. It can compare only similar, same type of objects. Are you following or not? So think and tell me in tree set, insertion order is, sorry, both homogeneous, heterogeneous objects are allowed or not allowed? Only which objects are allowed? Only homogeneous. If we store heterogeneous objects, what happens? JVM throws exception. Which exception? Ah, very good, very good. See, only only homogeneous objects are allowed. Are you following? If we store heterogeneous objects, then JVM throws exception. Which exception? So tell me, internally tree set uses compare to method to compare to objects or suppose I have stored some objects and I'm storing null in tree set. Then what compared to internally tree set method will do? Internally tree set method uses compare to method now. If we add a null along with some object trees, then tree set method will call contains method on one object by passing null. You tell me if we perform any operations on null value, what happens? We will get null pointer exception. So think and tell me, null insertion is allowed or not allowed? If we store null, what happen? Null pointer exception will come. So null insertion is not allowed. Otherwise, JVM throws null pointer exception. Everyone understood this points or not? Answer me, please. So let's see how to create reset object now. So to create reset object, we have to use constructors now. Let's see the constructors. Let's go to reset. See, we have tree set, correct? Tree set is extend implementing navigable map interface. So let's see what is this constructor? Which constructor? Zero parameter. Using this constructor, if we create reset, what happens? One empty tree set will be created, sorted according to natural ordering of its element. Natural order is what? Ascending is the natural order. Are you following up? So tree set TS is equal to new tree set. Then what happens? The above statement creates an empty tree set object, sorted with natural sorting order, that is ascending. So shall we start working? Let's start. Methods, you know. So select package, right click, new class. Which one? Tree set example. Main method, finish. Class is ready. Now let's create object of tree set. So we see tree set. So let's, okay, without generics, TS is equal to new tree set. So see, empty tree set object is created. Nothing is there. Now I'm adding null. So tell me what happened. If you add null also, it will throw null pointer exception on empty tree set also. Is this clear? Okay. So suppose I'm storing 10. TS dot add true. Tell me valid. Exception class cases. Objects must be homogeneous. So let's generic type. Shall we? So I will take generic type as integer. String I will take. Everyone attended last class. Why? Did I record it last class? Did I record last class? I don't remember. Okay, ask Rajesh to send that link. Okay. Okay. Rajesh, you know? Okay. Rajesh will send. So tell me. In WhatsApp group, he will put that link. Okay. You are in WhatsApp group or not? Tell me. Shall we? Everyone. In that generics I have discussed, go through once, then you'll understand. So TS dot add. Now we can store only string class object. So I'm adding some C. One letter only. It will be very easy for us to understand sorting is done or not. If we take multiple letters, it will be difficult. So TS dot add of some D or A. TS dot add of some E. TS dot add of some B. TS dot some add of some D. Okay, done. So when I run this, see, sorting is done or not done? See, added in random order, but there will be sorted. People are following or not? So duplicates are not allowed. Insertion order is not preserved because objects are stored according to sorting order. Only homogeneous objects are allowed. Null insertion is not allowed. All these points are clear. Now remaining methods are same. Like for example, we have a method called size. We have a method called is empty. We have a method called contains. You can see all these methods are there. Just a second. See, is this clear? Now we have a method called remove. I'm removing some E and I'm displaying tree set. Run C. Remove, right or not? Now we have a method say clear. If I call clear method, what happen? It will remove all the objects, become empty. So I'm commenting. Okay, now apart from this, we have iterator also. Tell me. Iterator. Sorry, generic type string. ITR is equal to TS dot iterator. Then while ITR dot has next, then string S is equal to ITR dot next. System dot out dot println and S. See, we got the options. Is this clear, V1? And remaining other methods are there. You can just check it out. People are following or not? See, we have a method. Just a second. I'm saying ts dot add of E, not E. Okay, E. ts dot add of some F. ts dot add of some G. Correct? Some objects I've added now, trace it. Sales. These are the objects are there. Correct? So observe there is a method in a tree set called tail set, and head set. See head set, and we have a method called tail set. See tail set. The return type of this method is sorted set. It returns sorted set object. So what do you mean by head set? See, it takes object as a parameter. E means type parameter. So say this. So what I'm doing, I'm saying ts dot head set. And now we need to give some objects as a parameter. The return type of this method is sorted set object. Which object? Sorted set. So string ss1, sorted set object. Now what I'm doing, how many objects are there? A, B, C, D. Okay, so I will take D. So if I use D, now what it will do you know? If I display ss1, what I will get? So total how many objects are there? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, G na. So if I have given D or not? So if I give D, what is the head part of D? This is head part. So you will get ABC, ABC, which is head part. Now run. See ABC. Suppose I'm taking sorted set of string ss2 ts dot tail set. If I give D, tell me what you'll get? No. You will get DEM, including D, which is tail set. Okay, including D. Or your tail set start from D, including D. This is tail set. And before D, this is head set. Are you following up? So similarly, we have a method called ceiling. We have a method called floor. We have a method called subset. Check it out. These methods are there. Is this clear? See, there is a method called higher. There is a method of floor. There is a method called which one? Ceiling. Check it out. These methods. Okay. So this is what? Which one? Tree set. What is this? Tree set. So is this clear, everyone? So with the tree set, what we have completed? Set the collection we have completed. Which collection? Set. This part we have completed. These are interfaces. We cannot create object. We can create only reference with. Now we have one more collection called Q. In Q, right or not? One class is there which is little important. Which one? Priority Q. So mostly in interviews, list will be asked, set will be asked, and map will be asked. Q, most of the people will not ask. Is this clear? So in Q, you just go through once with priority queue. Only one class is little important. Which one? Priority queue. So try priority queue. That is your assignment. Is this clear? In queue, just try this priority queue. Are you following or not? So with this, I'm closing collection interface. Now I'm moving to map interface. So let's talk about map. Map is also a collection. There is no relation between map and collection interface. Both are two different types of collection. Shall we? Now let's start. Tell me hash set and tree set. Okay, these are implementation classes of set interface or not? So using set interface reference variable, can we hold hash set tree set object? Using collection interface reference variable, can I hold hash set object? Using sorted set, navigable set interface reference variable, can we hold tree set object? Yes, because tree set is an implementation class of navigable set, which is a subinterface of sorted set. But using sorted set interface reference variable, can we hold hash set object? No, error will come. Why? Hash set is an implementation class of set interface, not sorted set. Are you following or not? Okay, keep these things in mind. So let's move, shall we? Now we are starting at the last collection. Which one? Map. So shall we start map, everyone? So tell me, what is map? Map is an interface available in Java.play. Map is an interface and map is a collection. Map is a collection interface. Map is an interface and collection interface. Map is a collection interface. So when we should go for map? If we want to store a group of individual objects as key value pair, till now we have stored objects in collection as key value pair. No, but in map we can. So if we want to store a group of individual objects as key value pair, then we should go for map. So if we want to store a group of individual objects as key value pair, then we should go for map. So when we should go for map, if we want to store a group of individual objects as key value pair, then we should go for map. Are you following or not? So here both key and value are objects. Here in map, both key and value are objects. Key is object, value is also object. Tell me, duplicate keys are allowed, duplicate keys are not allowed. Duplicate keys are not allowed, but duplicate values are allowed or not allowed? But duplicate values are allowed. Are you following or not? So map is an interface available in java.util package. Map is a collection interface. If we want to store a group of individual objects as key value pair, then we should go for map. In map, both key and value are objects. In map, duplicate keys are not allowed, but duplicate values are allowed. So before starting the implementation classes of map interface, let me discuss some theory about map. And let me introduce one nested interface or inner interface called entry. And what do you mean by entry? Let's start, shall we? People are following or not? So list, set, and map, these three collections are very, very, very important. Everyone will ask these three collections only. Very, very, very rarely they go for queue. And in queue, that only one class they may ask, if they ask priority queue. That's why just go through with priority queue. Now let's come back. So see it. So listen, everyone. So map is a collection only. Map is a collection interface or not? Tell me. Can we create object to interface? We can create object to implementation class. So map is an interface. We can create object to its implementation class. Its implementation class object is map only. Are you following or not? Like array list is an implementation class of list. So array list object is list object only. Are you following or not? So assume this is a map. Assume this is map. Map is an object, right or not? Map is an object. Map is an object of a class, which is an implementation class of map interface. So tell me, map, this is map. In map, we store group of individual objects as key value pair. So we store key value pair or not? So here key is 10 and value is Hyderabad. For every key, one value will be there. Key cannot be duplicate, but values can be duplicate. 20 is the key, value for 20 key, Bangalore. 30 is the key, Chennai is the value. 40 is the key, Bangalore is the value. 50 is the key, Mumbai is the value. Are you following or not? Key value pair, key value pair. Are you following or not? See here, keys are integer, values are string. Up to you, what you want, you can take. So in map, we have, map is an object. In map, we store group of individual objects as. Now, do you know in map, each key value pair, in map, each key value pair is called as one entry. In map, each key value pair is called as entry. So each key value pair in map is called as one entry. So map is an object, entry is an object. We will see what is this, all those. Clear everyone? So now listen, you tell me without a map, entries can exist, entries cannot exist. Without map. Without map, entries cannot exist. But without entries, map can exist, map cannot exist. Without entries, map can exist. Map becomes empty. Are you following or not? Without entries, map can exist. So map is empty. But without map, entries cannot exist. Do you know inner classes or nested classes? Inner class or nested class? Without outer class object can be created in inner class or nested class object? No. To create inner class or nested class object, outer class object is mandatory or not? So tell me, without a map, we cannot create entry, but without entry, we can create. So see, without entries, a map can exist, but without map, entries cannot exist. As without map, entries cannot exist, right or not? First, we have to create map, then only we can create entries. That's why Sun Microsystem has created one interface. Which interface? Entry interface as an inner interface or nested interface in map interface. So first we have to create map, then only we can create entry. We cannot create entry without map. That's why Sun Microsystem has created entry interface as an inner interface or nested interface inside map interface. So first we must have to create map. First we must have to create map. Then only we can create. So first we must have to create map. Then only we can create entry. Are you following or not? So see in java.util package, we have an interface called map. Inside map interface, we have one inner interface or nested interface called entry. How to access inner interface or nested interface? Using outer interface map dot. So here entry is an inner interface or nested interface. So tell me, when I say map is an object, means it's implementation class object. If I say entry is an object, means it's a so map is an object of a class which is an implementation class of map interface. Entry is an object of a class which is an implementation class of entry interface. Are you following or not? So see, first Sun Microsystem created which interface? Map, which is a generic interface. KB, these are type parameters for key and value. You understood this diagram first? In map, each key value pair is called as one entry, correct or not? So without entries, a map can exist, but without map, so you know, without outer class, we cannot create inner, without outer class object, we cannot create, but without inner class object, we can create. That's why without map, entries cannot exist. That's why Sun Microsystem created entry interface as an inner interface inside map interface. So first we must have to create map. Then only we can create entry. Are you following? So we have a package called java.util. In java.util package, we have an interface called map. And inside map interface, we have an entry interface called, we have an inner interface called entry. So how to access map dot entry? So map is an object of a class which is an implementation class of. In the same way, entry is an object of a class which is an implementation class of. So we have a map interface. It is a generic interface having type parameter KB, which represent key and value. And inside we have map interface, we have some abstract methods or not. Plus inside map interface, Sun Microsystem created one inner interface or nested interface called entry, which also contains some abstract method. So without map, can I create entry? No. Without entry, can I create map? Yes. So see, if you go to API document, then you will understand. See. So in java.util package, we have an interface called which interface? Map. See. And in map interface, we have an inner interface or nested interface called map. Entry is an inner interface or nested interface inside map. Map.entry. Is this clear, everyone? So tell me, everyone, all these points are clear or not? If all these points are clear, now listen. So I told this is map or not. Inside map, we store group of individual objects as key value pair, and each key value pair in map is called as one entry, I said or not. So actual diagram is this one. So with this big circle is map. What is map? Object. And inside this bigger circle, we have some small circles or not, which are entries. So map contains one entry, multiple entries. What is entry? Each entry is an object. A map contains entries. Map is an object. Each entry is an object. Now inside entry, what we have? Again, we have small circles or not, which are key and value. And key and value are also. So tell me, map contains entries. Each entry contains. So map is an object. Entry is an object. Key and value are also objects. Are you following? Map is an object and entries are also objects. Each key value is also object. Understood? So map contains entries and each entry contains key and value. Map is an object. Entry is an object. Key is an object. Value is also an object. Value is also an object. Is this clear, everyone? Map is an object. Entry is an object. Key is an object. Value is also. So map contains. Map is an object. Map contains entries. One entry, multiple entry. What is entry? Entry is also object. Entry contains value. What are key and value? A map contains entries. Each entry contains key value. Where map is an object, entry is an object, is an object, value is also an object. I hope you understood this. Is this clear? Okay, sir. So now let's see the implementation classes of map interface. So let's see the implementation classes. So one of the implementation class of map interface is hash map. Which one? So hash map is an implementation class of which interface? So let's quickly complete this hash map, shall we? Tell me, hash map is an implementation class of map interface. So when we should go for hash map? If we want to store a group of individual objects as key value pair, then we should go for hash. So tell me, first point, in hash map, duplicate keys are allowed, duplicate keys are not allowed. But duplicate values are allowed. Correct, first point. Second point, insertion order is preserved or not preserved? Not preserved, because keys are stored according to their hash code. Because keys are stored according to their or based on their hash code. Or insertion order, if insertion order is preserved, it will be preserved based on hash codes only. Sorry, based on keys. Suppose if insertion order is preserved, it will be based on keys. Are you following or not? Keys are objects. Are you following or not? So insertion order is not preserved because keys are stored based on their hash code. Keys are stored based on their, not only both homogeneous, heterogeneous objects are allowed for key or not allowed? Allowed. For value, allowed. Is this clear? So both homogeneous and heterogeneous objects are allowed for key and value. Are you following or not? Null is allowed for keys only once, but and null is allowed for values any number of times. Why for null? Null is allowed for key because duplicate keys are not allowed. People are following or not? So duplicate keys are not allowed, but duplicate values are allowed. Are you following all these points? Everyone. So how to create hash map object? Hash map is equal to new. We have a zero parameterized construct. So the above statement creates a empty hash map object with initial capacity 16 and default load factor same as hash set. Remember, are you following or not? So tell me, hash map is an implementation class of which interface? Methods of map interface or not? So see the methods. We have one first method, clear. Another method contains key. Another method contains value. Another method get. It take the key and returns the value. We represent type parameter value. Are you following? Next is empty key set. Key set method return type is set object. Next method put. In map we don't add. We put key value. What we do? We put key value. Are you following or not? Okay, so this put method take key and value, convert into entry and add into entry. Put method take key value, which are object, and using key value, put method create one entry and put this entry in map. Are you following or not? So see this remove method is there, replace method is there, size method, values method. These are the methods. So shall we start? Let's create a new project. So Java project. I'm taking map examples. Next, finish. Project is ready. Let's create a package. Bound.mapexample.test is my package name. Select the package, right click new class. My class name is hash map example. Take main method, finish. Now the class is ready. Let's start writing the code, shall we? Tell hash map without generics. Let's try first. Map is equal to new hash map. Tell me, duplicate keys are allowed or not allowed? Let's check. 10 Hyderabad, 10 Bangalore. Tell me, duplicate keys are allowed, right? If I store, what will happen? Recent value will replace old value. Are you following or not? See, Bangalore will be there only. Is this clear? So duplicate keys are not allowed, but duplicate values are allowed or not allowed? See, duplicate values are allowed. No restrictions on values, but restrictions on key. Are you following or not? Okay, so tell me next. What are the next one? Insertion order is preserved or not preserved? Let's see, insertion order is preserved or not. Check. Preserved or not preserved? Check. Preserved, right? Preserved. See, not preserved now. Yes, Hyderabad added first, but Bangalore is there. Bangalore second, but Warangal is coming second. Are you following? So insertion order is not preserved. Correct or not? Next point. Null is allowed for key, only one. But null is allowed for value any number of time. Anything else? That's it. Right or not? So let's use generic. Key is which type? Key is a string type, right or not? I'll break your head. Key is integer type, values is string type, generic. Right or not? So map dot put 50. I'm saying something, say Mumbai, correct? Map dot put some 60. I'm saying something, say done. Some objects I have added. So tell me, we have a lot of methods in hash map. One of the method is get. It takes the key. I'm giving the key and returns the value as which type? String type, object type. Object type, useless me. Array generics I have used now. If you use generic, why it will return object type? It will return string type only. If we don't use generics, it will return object type. Then what is the use of using generics? Generics avoid typecasting problem. So as I'm displaying, see, you following or not? If I remove generic, it returns object type. Then we need to typecast. Are you following? Get method, take the key, returns the value of the key. Next, we have size method to count number of entries. So put method take key value. Key is object, value is object. Using key value, put method create one entry, which is an object, and put this entry in hash map, which is a map, right or not? Tell me, how many entries are there? I want to check. See, how many entries are there? 6. I want to check my hash map is empty or not empty. How to check? There is a method. What? Map dot is empty. Is it empty? No, false. I want to check a particular key is there or not there. How to check? Tell me. Map dot contains key. I'm checking 30 keys there or not. Return type is Boolean. In the same way, contains value. Tell me. Map dot contains value. I want to check Chennai is there or not. Is this clear? Let's run. Say this. True. Contains key true. Contains value is also true. People are following or not? I want I want to remove particular key value. Tell me. So map dot remove. 60 I'm removing. What is the 60 key value? Vijayawada. It will be removed. Say this. You don't have Vijayawada. Is this clear? Answer me. Yes. Now I want all the keys now. How to get all the keys? Map dot key set method is there. Key set method returns all the keys as a set object, as a. So that's why we need to create set interface reference variable, set reference variable. Keys are which type? Integer. Keys are which type? Integer. So tell me, I'm displaying S. You'll get all the keys. You can see. I want all the values. What is the method to get all the values? Map.values method. It returns all the values as which object? Collection object. Which object? So create collection reference variable. Objects are which type? So C. C is an object of collection holding all the values. I'm displaying C. If you run, you'll see all the values. People are following or not? Like this, lot of methods are there in hash map. You can check those methods. Is this clear, everyone? Understood what is hash set? Now coming to which one? Link hash set. Which one? Link hash set is a subclass of hash set. Hash map. Sorry, link hash map. Sorry. Link hash map is a subclass of, and it is same as hash map, except same as hash set, link hash set. Tell me the first difference. Insertion order is not preserved in hash map, but in link hash map, insertion order is preserved. Next, it is built or implemented using, whereas it is built or implemented using the combination of hash table and linked list data structure. Hash map is available from 1.2 or link hash map 1.4. Except these 3 differences, both are same. So I will take same example and I will replace hash map with the linked hash map. Hash map with the linked hash map. See. So I'm replacing what? Hash map with the linked hash. Clear? Now, one of the major visible differences, insertion order is preserved. Shall we check? Run. See, insertion order preserved or not preserved? Another difference is here. Is this clear? So with this, what we have completed? Hash map, link hash map. Everyone following or not? Put method take key value. Key is an object, value is an object. Using key value, put method create one entry, which is an object, and put this entry in map. Here map is link hash. Previous case hash map. Are you following? The last implementation class of which one? Next, sorry. Which one? Hash table. Which one? So you know hash map, you don't know hash. So see, hash table is an implementation class of map interface. It is same as hash except few differences. See the difference. Hash map is not synchronized, hash table is synchronous. Hash map is not thread safe, hash table is thread safe. Performance is high in hash map, performance is low in hash table. Null insertion is not allowed for key and value. Are you following? But here null insertion is not allowed for both key and value. Otherwise, null pointer exception, JVM throws. Hash map is available from 1.2, so it is a non-legacy class. Hash table is available from 1.0, so it is a legacy class. Except these 5 differences, both hash map and hash table are same. Is this clear? Answer me. So now listen. So same example can we take? Yes. And I will replace hash map with hash table. Say this. This is hash table. Now I'm replacing hash map with hash table. Say this. This is my hash table. Is this clear? This is clear? Everyone, see, I'm running this. So all output we got or not? One of the difference is what null is allowed in as a key value here. No, see. So null key is allowed or not allowed? Not allowed. Null pointer exception. Now null values allowed or not allowed? Null values also not allowed. See, we will get null pointer exception. Is this clear? Except these differences, both are same. So hash map is synchronized, not synchronized. Hash map. Hash map is synchronized, not synchronized. Whereas hash table, I hope you understood. Remaining differences here. So how many implementation classes of map interface we have completed? 3. What are those 3? Hash map, big hash map, hash table. In the next class, I will complete big hash map, identity hash map, tree map, and properties. Is this clear? So let's stop it. You can leave. We will continue in the next class. Okay.